Fresh water, the water which is not salty and which is not contained in the saline lakes and oceans. The water that flows in the form of streams and rivers. The water which stands in lakes, ponds and reservoirs, and the water which is frozen as ice and snow. All these waters have a common character. The dissolved salt concentration does not typically exceed 0.5 parts per thousand. This is a nectar that keeps man and many other creatures on land alive by quenching their thirst, by provisioning food, and by fulfilling other life requisites. For man, besides drinking, this water is critically required for carrying out his daily domestic activities and a variety of essential socio-economic activities like agriculture and industry. As per the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, freshwater supports about 40% of food crop production through irrigation, supplies 12% of the fish which human society consumes, and accounts for about 20% of electrical power generation worldwide. Indeed, man and many other forms of biodiversity on land cannot survive without this precious natural resource. It will not be an exaggeration to say that the ocean's salty water renders beautiful blue color to the planet Earth. It cannot directly add colors to life of man and numerous creatures living on land. Only fresh water can do that, owing to its multifaceted utilities for them. The ocean's salty water makes 97% of the Earth's total water reserve. On the other hand, fresh water that makes man's life livable constitutes only 0.5% of the planet's total water reserve. Though rest of the 2.5% of total water reserve on Earth is fresh water, it cannot be accessed for daily consumption as it is locked in glaciers, polar ice caps, atmosphere, etc. In other words, if one assumes that the total water reserve on this blue planet is 1 liter, only 0.03 ml is freely available fresh water for man and non-marine biodiversity. It is like a fraction of drop of nectar in a flower. Forests and freshwater resources are interlinked. Fresh waters in the form of streams, brooks, cascades and waterfalls nourish vegetation of forests and their fauna either directly or indirectly. In turn, forests contribute to the maintenance of sound health of the freshwater bodies and ultimately contribute to clean freshwater supply to the human society. Forests filter and clean fresh water, and they also control sedimentation of streams and other water bodies by reducing soil erosion. Forests also improve infiltration rates and aquifer recharging. We use nature's pristine and finite freshwater resource, but in return, many of us do not hesitate to dump solid waste near the very sources of it. Elements of human society have been polluting rivers, lakes and ponds through short-sighted industrial, agriculture and domestic activities. It is for us to decide, for our long-term survival and for the well-being of numerous species of flora and fauna, whether to care Earth's freshwater resources as scarce invaluable nectar or just to overexploit and convert it into dirty liquid of gutters.